Good evening, YouTube. It's FlintTownBoy here. And it occurred to me when I was actually listening to a few of my videos that I made that as long as my YouTube page has been up or around, I've never introduced myself to you guys as I sit out here at the Genesee Valley Mall, JC Penney's, uh, Perfume Mania. But as I sit here in this tranquil setting, never introduced myself. FlintTownBoy is my moniker and has been since at least 2003, maybe 2002. I was born and raised in Flint, Michigan. I stayed in Flint, Michigan all of my life except for the 6 months back in 2014 that I stayed in Phoenix, Arizona. I I'm a, I'm the middle child of three. Got two brothers. One's older than me and one's younger than me. I was born in October of 1977. Uh, Primarily raised on the north side of Flint, but I have lived on the south side of Flint too for some point in time of my life. Mainly my younger years. We spent a lot of time on the south side my younger years. Some stuff about me. I am opposed to interracial dating. I think it's some of the dumbest shit that black people do. Speaking of that, this little half breed running. Look at her with her half breed. Look, like mutts. I was just talking to my cousin about that. Like half breeds have some kind of inoculation against white supremacy or something. I don't know why niggas go around fucking hunkies and having kids by them. What the fuck do you want to fuck your oppressor and have kids by your oppressor for? What's that gonna do for you? What is fucking hunkies gonna do for black people? What it's gonna do to make this system of white supremacy go away? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's just a coping mechanism. Uh, Black people sleep with, date, marry white people because they basically uh, that's their way. That's their way of coping with racism and white supremacy. Like if I just fuck them, they'll leave me alone. No, that's not how it works. Fucking honkies ain't gonna inoculate you from genocide. It's not gonna. They don't give a fuck about you fucking them. What's that gonna do? You know, we basically been fucking honkies for 400 years in this country, and it ain't did a damn thing to help our lives or improve anything in the black community. Just fucking wasting your time doing stupid shit. It ain't gonna help you in the long run because these same people who you fucking want to annihilate you and exterminate your black stupid ass. But like I said, I was born and raised in Flint, Michigan. I am a very what I would like to say, I'm a huge fan of history. I'm a huge music fan, a huge movie fan, a huge sports fan. I am what you would consider to be pro-black. I am. I've always had a pro-black uh, element to me, even when I was younger and didn't understand what the terminology or the name of it was. You know, like when you're young, you don't know that having certain views make you pro-black, or certain views make you an Uncle Tom, Sambo, or a coon. You don't understand that when you're young. Certain views make you a conservative or a liberal. Certain views will make you more of a Democrat than a Republican. You don't know that when you're young. You just have those views, and when you get older, you find out what the names and the terminologies are for those views. Look at the vending machine right there. Uh, yeah. So, uh, I just wanted to introduce myself to you guys. Um, was off for work today, so I said I'll come out to the Genesee Valley Mall and chop it up with you. Don't want to go into the Flint water crisis. Don't want to talk about white flight. Don't want to talk about the crime because this video will go on and on. I just wanted to introduce you to me as this lady get ready to play the piano, and you're probably not going to hear me as well. uh, but yeah, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I get along well with others. I'm the nicest person you ever want to meet, or I could be the biggest jackass. It just depends on what you. Basically, depends on what side of me you bring out. But it's been tough. It's been a tough, rough life for me. Cause I'm one of those people who treated people nice, was nice to people, uh, didn't go around trying to do wrong to people, didn't go around stabbing people in the back, stealing from people. And my life, you would think that I went around being the dirtiest son of a bitch on the planet. If you actually knew what I have went through in my life, it's not. It's one of those things where it's not fair. It's not right. You know, it's almost like I've lived a life where I have been brutally punished for nothing. You know, just punished all the time for no apparent reason. Uh, Somewhat like being black and living in America and living in the West and living up under this white supremacy rule. Uh, you know, how it seemed like we're always the ones that African Americans are always the ones, especially black men, are always the ones that get punished for every fucking thing. Whether it's no matter how big, no matter how small. We're always the targets of this bullshit ass regime known as white supremacy. As you all know, I have some heroes. Right now, you know, I've always been a big fan of Tavis Smiley. I've always been a big fan of Cornel West, even though I think those are both black bourgeoisie. I've always been. And within the last, let's say, 4 years, I've been a huge fan of Tariq Nasheed, King Flex. You know, I go to Tariq Nasheed, the Black Authority, the Black Professor, Professor Black Truth, or what is it? Yeah, I think it's the Professor Black Truth. Uh, I remember Professor Black Truth like 10 years ago when he did Black America Rest in Peace. I think I heard it for the first time in 2009 when my one of my online friends sent me the link to the video, and since then this guy has passed. He got murdered in Las Vegas, Nevada, like 3 or 4 years ago, and you know, I remember back to the conversations that we used to have. I remember sitting on the phone with him like from 10 o'clock at night to like 8, 10 o'clock in the morning, just chopping it up. You know, he told me that he had been rich on what, 2 or 3 separate times. One, I think he said some, uh-huh, some were, I think he said a few times was legit, and then some other times were illegit, basically illegal. But he was a pretty cool dude. You know, he always would squash beefs that we had on uh, Vlog TV. You know, every time he saw us fighting as black bloggers on Vlog TV, he would always get us together and you know get us to chop it up and you know squash our beefs. You know, I don't really want to say his name, you know, because you know, but I found out about 2 years ago that he got killed when I was in Phoenix, Arizona. I stayed in Phoenix, Arizona for 6 months 2 years ago. Uh, what an eye-opening experience that was. The heat was, man, unimaginable. The heat was uh, the heat was no joke. It was no joke. Yes, I've had a lot of problems. I don't know. I might open up and be more candid, like the more I start doing these videos. Uh, so I just wanted to introduce myself. It's a lot of things I left out. Let me see. Uh, I'm a very ambitious person, but it's been rough. You know, being in Flint, Michigan, it's no joke. You know, the poverty is real, the crime is real. Oh boy, it's and then you know the water crisis. I'm gonna talk about that someday at a later time. What I would like to do, YouTubers, is get some people together from Flint. You know, preferably two women and a man, where we could talk about these issues in more of a professional setting, like rent a studio, rent a room and turn it into a studio. Um, I'm pretty sure with it being at least two or four of us, or I might just get a female, and you know, so she can have a female's perspective, and we can start doing shows. It's hard to do shows by yourself when you're not scripting stuff. Now, when it's two people, you can kind of throw things off of each other, like ask each other different questions. One person might want to talk about this one topic, and then you chime in. It's easier to kind of get better quality discussions going when it's more than one person. With it just being me, you know, some people say my shows are boring. Well, I'm not really making these shows to be exciting. If I was, I would be putting a lot of bells and whistles on these shows. These are just shows of me showing you my daily life, you know, giving you a daily document or a couple or weekly or monthly document of my life and how I live my life. You know, tomorrow is moving day for me. So I'm moving again. I moved at the end of June. I moved at the end of July, and I'm moving the 1st of September. So I will be moving probably more than likely downtown Flint by tomorrow. So I moved a lot of my stuff to my storage facility today. Uh, I don't know, guys. There's a lot of stuff I left out, but if I just try to put my entire life on here, this thing would be like a million parts. So what I'm going to do is for now, I'm going to close and I'm going to name this part one of Flint Town Boy or introducing Flint Town Boy part one, whichever one. I'm ready to sign off for now and look forward to some more videos where I kind of going more in depth as to who Flint Town Boy really is. You know, I'm a big fan of Warren Valentine too. I'm a big fan of who else? There's a few other people. Oh, I like what is his name? I hate when you are live and you have a brain fart and you can't remember what you wanted to say. But it's Obsidian Radio, Obsidian Ali. Pretty big fan of his. I'm not a fan of his political views, but I'm a I'm a fan of his views on women, on black women specifically. And so look forward look forward to more of these videos where I explain to you just exactly who FlintTownBoy is. If you have any questions, any comments, you know what to do. Leave your comments and suggestions. Leave your comments and your suggestions in the suggestion box. So comment, rate, subscribe. I'm pretty new at this. Even though I've had this channel for quite a while, I'm pretty new at actually. It's gonna take me a while, y'all. When the guy was telling you about when we was doing our blogging, man, if I still had that material, you gotta remember that was like '09 to maybe like 2010 or 11. So that's been a while. A million things have happened in the world since then and in my life, in general. So, I was, man, I was on it then. Now I have to actually stop and think about things to talk about because I haven't blogged in so long. So I'm trying to get back into the groove of blogging. So I don't really, you know, be don't be too hard on me, because I have to get back into blogging. I live, eat, sleep, and breathe blogging back then. I don't live, eat, sleep, and breathe blogging anymore. In '09 and 2010, that got me through a lot of hard times I was going through. Most of the problems that I was going through then I'm going through now. It's been some more added on top of it. So I'm gonna let you go for now, and like I said, this will be number one of my Who is FlintTownBoy Chronicles. So for September the 1st, 2016, it's FlintTownBoy live outside of J.C. Penney's Flint, out at Flint Township's Genesee Valley Mall. Peace.